Hey guys, so we are back again with another reading. This one is going to be, what kind of regrets do they have? Do they have any misgivings about how things happened, or would they handle things differently? So just kind of tapping into any regretful or sad emotions they may have about the situation. And so with that being said, today we are doing crystals. We'll be back to food readings next reading, although it's kind of tricky sometimes to get all the different foods. I like to do new ones. So a new one is coming in, but I kind of ran out. So today it's crystals, but hopefully you can tune in anyway. And so this one is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Hopefully one is already kind of screaming your name. If not, I always say close your eyes and see what color comes to mind. And another thing you can do is close your eyes, open them, and see which one your eyes automatically go to. And always, if really you're having a hard time deciding, make sure you kind of clear your mind and ground yourself to make sure that your energy isn't kind of interfering with the energy of the crystals, and you're able to just be clear-headed and pick it up. So with that being said, I will be quiet now and let you guys decide. Okay, so hopefully you had a chance to decide. And as always, I always say, if you have any ideas for readings you'd really like to see, let me know. This one was really calling to me, but if there's something I can help you with, put it in the comments and I very well might do it as a reading. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, so this is going to be your reading. This is the crystal you picked. I actually don't know the name of the crystal, but let's get into what your pile says. So does your person have any regrets? So I feel like right now, just from these cards, I'm getting, yes, we got the Sun reversed, the Hierophant reversed, the Six of Pentacles reversed, the Devil reversed, Knight of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like, yeah, this person saw you as someone that really brought a lot to their life. They saw you as like the sun, like this shining light in their life that brought in a lot of positivity, brought in a lot of joy, and having you removed is something that I think they really, I think like at the time, what I'm getting is at the time they didn't realize what a big difference it would be. I feel like they kind of took you for granted, or they just felt like, well, yeah, I like this person and they're cool, but they didn't realize the effect of it. It's kind of like I'm filming this video and it's so funny because the light just went out, and it's so hard for me to film on days like today when it's rainy and overcast, even though a lot of the time, you just kind of take the sun for granted and you're like, oh, it's just gonna be another day. And then when the sun goes away, you're like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to film if you're, filming a YouTube video like me? I feel like that was the case where this person they recognized that you were bringing stuff to the table, but they didn't realize the extent of it. And now that you're out of their life, it's just a really big loss for them. I'm hearing it's a really big L. I'm hearing that this person didn't know what they were doing. They didn't mean to end things, or I feel like they were somewhat, I don't know how to describe this. I feel like they were somewhat careless when it happened. They were kind of like, well, I don't want this person to leave, but hey, whatever, kind of pretending, maybe even to themselves, I don't care, it's not a big deal. And now there's this realization that set in of how much of a impact you made in their life. I also wonder, I feel like this person was kind of stingy somehow. there's a mental thing on their end of like not wanting to have to pay a lot of money for dates, or not wanting to have to put in work to the relationship somehow, not wanting to have to like make effort, you know? Like they just kind of felt like things should fall into place. And it's almost like, I don't know how they thought it was going to fall into place, because like obviously, you know, people need to be communicating and there needs to be like a back and forth, but it's almost like this person just kind of, I feel like, expected you to do all the work. And I feel like they really were drawn to you, but then there was also this side of them that was like, oh, I don't want to have to pay for dates, or I don't want to have to put in effort getting dressed up, or I don't want to have to, like, all this kind of work thing, like, that I feel like would run through their mind. It's like a little bit of laziness on their end. And now I feel like it's like, oh my God, like I really should have done that. Like I'm almost seeing the image of something like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever done this, but when I was a kid, once in a while, like my parents would, have us like have an event with my other siblings, like want to take us out somewhere to like I don't know, video arcade or something. I don't think they ever took us there, but that would be an example, like a fun event type thing. And or like go out to a park or go to the mall or go to a movie. And there would be times when I would be like playing a video game or something, and I would be like, I don't want to go, or I'm watching a movie. And so then they would like just take my siblings and they would all have a great time. And almost like an hour after they left, I'd be like, wait a minute, why did I care so much about this video game or about this book? Like I can read it anytime, or I can play it anytime. And now I missed out on this event. So it's like this kind of lazy thing where I feel like they were in their comfort zone and they didn't want to step up and step outside of it. They might even have some kind of anxiety issues. That's coming up a little bit. Like they might have some issues with anxiety in general and feeling nervous about the world, and it's kind of like you brought that up with them, and so it's like they weren't really willing to go outside of that and to push through those emotions. And now it's like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Like I'm thinking of me when my siblings would come back and they'd be like, that was the best movie ever, or we played at the park and it was so fun, and like the ice cream truck guy came around and we all got ice cream, and then there were like these other kids and we played with them and they were so fun. And I'm like, okay, like I played alone my video game, and after like, the 45 minutes that I thought I wanted alone, it became really boring. Or after, 45 minutes with my book, suddenly I was like, darn, what did I do? And so it's like, I feel like this needed to happen because they were very much in this energy of like not appreciating you and taking you for granted. So however you guys fell out or whatever didn't happen, it was supposed to be that way because they needed to value you a little bit more and realize that they need to step up. I actually am hearing that Spirit is working with them, trying to get them to be more proactive in general with their life. I think financially, they're already someone that isn't on top of their game like they should be. Like it's like they could be putting in more effort at work. I don't feel like this person is like a go-getter. Like I would be surprised if you're asking about this reading and this person went to like Harvard and Yale and is like a doctor, you know what I mean? I just feel like this person, not that everyone has to do that to be a hard worker or anything, but I just feel like this person is generally an overachiever. Even if they did go to like a good school, I feel like they're not putting in anywhere near the kind of effort that they could. There's almost like this thing in their energy field that's holding them back from accomplishing a lot. I can feel it. It feels like a pebble underneath, like in your shoe or something. You know what I mean? That you're trying to run, but there's a pebble in your shoe and you can't really go that far. Or like the Princess and the Pea, how she said she couldn't sleep because there was that little pea underneath her mattress, like all the way down under like 12 mattresses, but she could still feel this tiny little pea. And like that's what it feels like with them. Like I feel like they have so much potential, and yet they have this issue with fully leaning into their like full potential. They might have issues with their like their ability to manifest abundance. They might have issues with self-worth. A lot of people, don't think they're worthy of like becoming a super wealthy person or of dating, someone they really like. A lot of people have issues with that. A lot of people don't think that they deserve like the really attractive person that they actually have the big crush on. And so they'll go with the person that maybe they're not as attracted to, but doesn't make them as nervous. And I feel like that's what happened here. This person was kind of like, I feel like this person, in a way, they were taking you for granted. But as I explore the emotion more, I also feel like that was a cover, because deep down what it is this anxiety or lack of feeling of worth. Like I feel like they probably tell themselves like, I don't need to bother, this person isn't even worth it, kind of a thing. But what's actually going on is they don't feel like they could get you. Like I feel like in a way you're like this kind of dream to them that they could never really achieve. Like, how there's like memes online of like some guy and he's like really kind of disheveled looking and maybe a little bit unattractive, and he's like sitting on the couch covered in like food stains, and he's critiquing like Megan Fox's lip is too close to her nose, and so she's way too ugly for me. And it's a joke because it's like obviously he would like do anything probably to date Megan Fox, but he's convincing himself that like she's not so great. And I feel like maybe there's a little bit of that going on here as well, because I am picking up on a little bit of disrespectful energy on their part. Like I feel like they might have had some self-talk where it's like they kind of knew, I feel like they knew that you were into them and they knew that they were supposed to make the move, but then they didn't want to, they were afraid to, and so they would justify it to themselves with like, they're not that great either. Like I don't think they meant it, but I feel like they would be like, well, whatever, like, I'm not saying they said really bad things about you in their head. I don't feel like that, but I feel like they're just kind of disrespectful in general. One of those people that like puts down a lot of things, like whatever you ask, like, oh, do you like this band? They're like, that band's lame. It's almost like a depressed energy or something. And I feel like they would do that a little bit with you, not giving you the respect that I think you deserve. Like we all deserve to be with partners that are enthusiastic about us, that think we're amazing. I'm not saying the person has to worship you, but they should think they're lucky to be with you. They should think you're pretty cool. They should be excited to be around you. And I just feel like this person didn't bring that energy at all. They were kind of the type to dismiss you and kind of be like, well, yeah, like they're cool, but whatever, they're not that special, kind of a thing. And it's because it's like deep down, I really think that they don't feel like they're good enough for you. And they're kind of constantly afraid you're going to figure it out. So it's easier for them to deal with it emotionally by just dropping the ball, and just kind of pretending like they just don't care and they're not interested. Like I'm getting the image of someone who's like trying out for like a sports team or something, and they're telling everyone like, I don't care if I make it or not, like football's lame, I don't care. And people are like, well, why are you trying out for the team? And they're like, well, it's just something to do, but like football's super lame. You know what I mean? Like it's someone who really wants it, but they won't admit it to themselves because they're so convinced that they are going to be rejected and they can't handle that emotionally. I just think this person, it's like their feelings for you are there, but they are not capable of manifesting it in a healthy way or expressing it in a healthy way. And so they kind of go into like a negative attitude, which is actually fake and not genuine, because again, I think their feelings towards you, it's almost like their feelings towards you are almost like needy. Like it's like, wow, this is a lot. It's like, I think they actually think you're a lot better than them. And there's kind of this panic on their end of like, they could probably be with anyone else. They could probably find anyone else. And so because they don't want to like, I feel like this person might be worried too. They might have like a friend group where like they're afraid to be called a simp or something like that. What are pile two's person's regrets? So we got a bunch of reversals. We got One Ring Circus reversed, Balancing Act, and Into the Unknown. So I'm getting that this person really regrets not taking the chance. They feel like they know that the opportunity was there. Like they felt like you were into them, and they kind of picked up on that. But then I feel like it's almost like they fumbled the ball or something. Like I'm seeing the image of someone, I am not into sports, so excuse me if I get terminology wrong, but it's like someone who's like going to run the final touchdown in the Super Bowl or something and completely bungles it and drops the ball, and everyone's like, boo! Like that's how they feel. They feel like they really messed it up, and they had that opening and they totally messed it up. And so it's like they really regret that, because they saw that you were open to them, and they saw that you like there was that opportunity. But I feel like in their mind they can't really imagine that someone like you would even like them. So it was very easy for them to just kind of take a negative mindset and just tell themselves like, don't even bother. Or I feel like they do a lot of coping in general in their lives. Like I said, I feel like this person, I'm getting like underachiever energy. Like I feel like they probably do a lot of that self-talk that's like almost self-soothing. Like, doesn't matter that you didn't do well on the math test, it was lame anyway. Or like, it doesn't matter you didn't get promoted at work, all the people at work are haters, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? They're just not someone who is willing to be mature and take responsibility for things. So yeah, I feel like, and we got finances and career reversed. I feel like their finances are a mess, even if you're not aware of it. Like I said, I am not getting the vibe of someone who is, you know, the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or whatever. Like, I just feel like this person has problems manifesting what they want in general in their life. So we got a bunch of reversals, and like, I don't even know how we got so many reversals. This is crazy. But we got, because I didn't mess around with my decks or anything. I just put them in my usual spots. And so this is definitely unusual. So we got Let Go of Control Issues reversed, Attraction reversed, Finances and Career reversed, and Unrequited Love reversed. So the only card upright is Love Yourself First, which I think this person needs to learn. This person has a lot to work through spiritually. I really can't imagine them being capable of having a productive relationship at this point in time in their lives. They're just too dysfunctional. They just have too many issues with themselves, with their sense of self-worth. I really don't think it's like, you know how people say it's not you, it's me, but like in this case, it's really not you, it's them. Totally, because this person, like, if anyone could have made them step up to the plate, it was you. Like, I really feel that way. And so it's like they failed, and there's really nothing else they can do. Like, if you couldn't turn it around, then nothing will. I actually feel like that's the reason why one of the reasons why Spirit brought you guys together was to make this person realize that they need to step up a lot. Like, I feel like this is a major regret for them that will drive them into being more proactive in general in their life, whether it comes to career, whether it comes to love, but just all areas, because they need like an extreme makeover. I'm seeing like that show Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and at the very end where they shout like, move that bus, and then the bus drives off. Such a bizarre image in my mind, but like, that's what they need. They need to be that home that's, the whole crew comes in, they spend a week, they break it all down, they install new fixtures. It's like they have major work to do. This isn't just spiritual work that's like, okay, just tweak this here and just, I mean, we all have spiritual work that we need to do to better ourselves. We can all improve in some way, unless you're like a certain like really special person, I don't know, but most of us have to do some tweaks here and there, right, just to make ourselves the best version. But this person really needs a lot of work. They have a lot of deep self-worth issues that are really going to hold them back in general in their life. One thing I'll say about this is you don't have to worry about this person like suddenly glowing up and Like, you know how you always have that thing with an ex where you're kind of like, I really hope they don't suddenly, become like this hugely powerful CEO or become like a famous, super high paid lawyer, because you kind of feel that a little competition with your ex. Maybe you want the best for them, but you don't want them to like leave you in the dust. And then you find out like, wow, that person, is just setting the world on fire and I'm like back here. You don't have to worry about that with this person, because they are definitely not going to be, on the cover of Forbes anytime soon. Like I said, they have issues with manifestation in general and with achievement in general. That's actually making it really difficult for them to work in any situation. I'm actually hearing it's difficult for them to even fit into society. So this person might seem like a little bit of a misfit sometimes, or like, like one of those people that always sits around playing video games and doesn't really seem plugged into like the world in the way that they should be. Like, I feel like this is just majorly holding them back from really flowing with their destiny. Like, they're definitely not flowing with their destiny. In fact, they're like so far away from their destiny. I mean, I don't even know. This is a mess for this situation, for this person. So yeah, and the thing about it is I'm feeling like also they brought you into this person's life because you also need to value yourself. Like, what Spirit is telling me is like, you have so much going on. You're actually such a great person. I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know, maybe some of you are Pisces or have Pisces placements. I almost feel like you're the type of person that you feel like you are like a caretaker, or you go after people that are like sad, or you go after people that you feel like you can help or that you feel like need help. But what Spirit is telling me is you deserve better. Like, what made you decide that you were the caretaker for all the like misfit people with issues in this world? Not saying that we can't be compassionate, but we also are in this lifetime for ourselves, right? To achieve a purpose, a destiny. And I feel like sometimes you have rerouted what your time and your energy and this beautiful, powerful energy, like this person sees you as the sun. They see you as so powerful. I feel like you guys have a bright light in you, but you've wasted time sometimes on people that don't deserve your energy or love. And I feel like this is a general pattern for you, not just in this relationship, but with other people. Like, it's like you're the kind of, it's almost like you're taking in like stray dogs and cats, but they're not stray dogs and cats. They're humans, and they can, choose to improve themselves. And I'm not saying that we don't need to have compassion for others, but it's kind of like you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Like, I feel like if you were to glow up and really fully lean into your power and leave these kind of dysfunctional people behind, you would be unstoppable, and the world would benefit so much more from your energy, because you have such a beautiful, powerful, bright light to you. And so it's like you spend time worrying and engaging with these people that are like beneath you. And I'm not trying to be snobby or talk about beneath you in a superficial sense of like, finances or whatever, or looks or anything, but I just feel like you are such a powerful manifester. You are a powerful presence with a powerful destiny. And instead of you glowing up and blowing up that energy and spreading it out to the world and truly coming into your power by starting a business or starting a YouTube channel, or I don't know, doing something that could benefit everyone, you're wasting a little bit of your time with people like this who don't deserve your energy and are beneath you. I feel like that's the way to get into your heart, is to act like kind of like sad and pathetic. Like, you're that kind of person that if someone like were to cry in front of you, you wouldn't be turned off. You'd be like, oh my God, let me help you, and you would probably give them more of a chance than the person that was totally on point, pulled out your chair at dinner, picked up the check effortlessly, picked you up in a nice car, asked what's your favorite food, and then took you to the best restaurant. you'd actually be you'd be more turned on by like the sad person being like, I'm a loser, like, and you have to work on that, because the thing is, you deserve the best. You deserve to have everything you want in this life. And I feel like you have this healing energy about you, but sometimes you might also be Virgo, because they are healers, but you misdirect it to people who are going through a lot of issues, but it's like that's holding you back from your greater destiny. When you have the potential to help so many people by your presence on this planet, and instead you're spending it with people that are kind of selfish and they're just sucking it up, not really appreciating you, whatever. Let me get some astro dice for you guys. Can we get some astro dice for this person? When's person have any regrets? So we got Aquarius. I'm pretty sure that is, yeah, that's Neptune. So yeah, Neptune is ruled over by Pisces, and like I said, I'm getting like definite Pisces vibes. Also Aquarius Aquarius can be like the humanitarians of the zodiac, so it's like a similar thing. But like I was saying, I think that Pisces or Neptune energy of being very self-sacrificing is coming through strong on your part, and that's something you might want to focus on changing, because I feel like you guys need to start manifesting and saying like mantras to yourself every day of like, I deserve the best, I deserve XYZ type of relationship, like I deserve someone who has a good career. That's not necessarily superficial. You know what I mean? We all want to be with someone who is excited about their life, excited about their job, leaning into their destiny. So there's nothing, don't feel guilty about that, you know? And we got 10th house. Speaking of career, that's the career house. I just feel like this person's career is a whole mess, and you deserve someone who is going to really match you energetically. You need another person who's like has strong sun energy, and I don't just mean Leos, although I love Leos and it definitely could be a Leo. Love Leos, but I feel like you need to find someone who has a very positive energy that would match yours, that is also a giver. Like, I feel like you deserve to be in a relationship where you're just not like the one doing the healing. You need to be in a relationship with someone who will heal you, help you, make you feel good. Not just where you're kind of like, I'm seeing like Florence Nightingale or some like nurse running around like a battlefield being like, oh my God, let me help you. And that's like kind of like you. I feel like in life, you help a lot of people, you know, even strangers. I feel like maybe strangers will just kind of pour their life story out to you, and that's totally cool and totally good. But I also just feel like you deserve someone who will match that for you and give you the kind of support and give you the kind of help and joy and emotion and positive energy that you have given to other people. And I think that's why this relationship came into your life, is because you need to realize this. And if you don't cut this out, what I'm hearing from Spirit is they're just going to keep repeating it until you learn it. So it's really important for you to like master this. I mean, if you don't mind repeating this a few times, you can. I mean, you know, it's up to you. I've definitely like heard messages from Spirit and then been like, well, I'm going to keep doing it. And the problem with that is the lessons get harder and harder, and the punishments get worse each time you kind of disregard. But I mean, you can, but I think I would love to see you guys get in a relationship with someone who's truly bringing everything to you that you deserve, helping you manifest the best, because you guys really deserve that. You guys have such a bright soul, such a sweet soul, and you have so much potential for helping so many people on this earth that it's like, why focus on this one person who isn't even really that appreciative of your love, isn't really, you know, they're not even getting it. They're not even capable of getting what you're doing for them. And so, yeah, would I say this person has regrets? Yes, definitely they do have regrets. And I think they feel your absence, but they have a lot that they have to change, and you are just a symptom of their generalized dysfunction, and you have to change how you get into these kinds of relationships, and that you tolerate less than you deserve, because I feel like you guys really deserve a lot. And I'm not just saying that like everyone deserves a good partner, but I feel like you guys really bring a lot to the table, and I'm hearing that like you guys are attractive physically, you guys are spiritually like enlightened, you guys are a bright light, positive, like happy sun energy. Sun is like such a beautiful energy in astrology charts. Whenever I see someone with a really strong sun, like aspecting their ascendant or Jupiter, magnifying it, or whatever, it's always like the person who has like the most energy, and it's just like boom, it's so bright and beautiful. So you deserve to have someone who is going to appreciate that, contribute their own energy, and not just like take from you, you know? So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated, and make sure to like and make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more videos. I post every few days, so if you want to see more, make sure you are subbed. But yeah, I really hope that helped. You guys are a beautiful energy and you deserve the best, so don't settle for someone that isn't going to be appreciating you all the way. So sending you guys so much love, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey Paul too. So if you guys picked this crystal, this is going to be your reading. I don't know too much about these crystals, but I am gonna read your energy for this. So let's get into it. What kind of regrets does pile 2's person have towards them, or do they feel regrets at all? Okay. Okay, so far we have the King of Cups reversed, we have the Fool, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Page of Swords. So I'm actually getting that this person, I don't think they do feel that much regret, but I think it's because, like, in their mind, they still think things are copacetic. Some of you guys might be in like a relationship with this person and you just picked this reading for like no reason, like just you were bored and it popped up and you were like, okay, let me just watch it, like whatever. But yeah, this person, I feel like in their mind, like things are still copacetic, things are still fine, and they don't consider you guys like done. So I feel like they're just not, they still think it's kind of like the beginning of the situation. They don't think it's like a past ex with like a solid breakup kind of vibe. They think it's like there's still a chance and it may very well happen. So I'm not actually getting regret, but I don't think it's because they don't. So it's not like they are, you know, completely blasé because they weren't into you. It's that in their mind things are still going, and so there's no reason to be regretting something that's still active, you know. Let me get more cards. Yeah, this person still sees long-term potential with you. I mean, this person, like, if you would ask them, so this is like where it's funny doing these readings because, like, I mean, we asked if this person has regrets, but as far as this person's concerned, like, a lot of them are telling me, like, you guys are together. So I don't know, maybe this is like the card for people who are still in a relationship and you guys just picked this pile for, you know, just like to pass the time. But it also might be that, like, you as far as you're concerned, you guys had a falling out or you guys aren't in contact. But as far as they're concerned, that you guys haven't had any kind of breakup, I guess, and they still have every intention of like coming back to you or moving things forward and regressing. I actually feel like this person, like, I feel like they really think like you guys are together, like actively together. So this is why I'm kind of like baffled. Like, I don't know what to think about this situation, because in their mind, you guys are like paired up. They feel like they have put in some work and they're kind of waiting for you know, everything's to finalize, but like they see a lot of long-term potential with you. We got the Four of Wands, we got the Ten of Cups. I mean, those are cards that symbolize marriage, family, long-term commitment, and very positive like family relationship cards. Not just relationship, but family and marriage and weddings. So yeah, like I said, this person, do they feel regret? No, not at all, because they don't consider anything over at all. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like in a way though, this person might have been a little bit distracted towards you. Like you might be like, what the heck? How are we together? I feel like this person has kind of neglected you. Like in a way, I feel like this person is very focused on their finances and get like, I feel like this person has been like preparing things for you, whether you're aware of that or not, but they are like working to make everything right and perfect for you. And I feel like that you're this motivation for them where they're like happy to stay late at work or to like put in extra time doing something, or maybe when they like are looking to buy a new apartment, they think of you and they're like, oh, this person would really like that, you know? I'm actually getting to mind, like, I had an ex who like redid his bedroom, and what we were like breaking up, and we were kind of having talks because it was like the end of the relationship and it was like really bad, and well, we were kind of like off and on and we were arguing, and I came over to his place and he had redone the whole apartment, and he kept looking at me and being like, so do you like this? Do you like that? I did this, I changed that, how do you like it? And I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, I'm not gonna stay with you because you changed the sheets on your bed. You know what I mean? Like, why would you even think that? Like, I need to talk to you about solid stuff, about relationship, communication. But in his mind, it was like, I changed the sheets, and so, you know, I did this for you, and so we should be together. Like, and it didn't work. But I feel like that's what's going on here, where this person has been making moves for you and you might not even know that this is what they're doing. Like, I feel like they might move into a place and they consider whether you would like it. You know, everything they do, they're like, oh, when she sees this, she's gonna really like it, or when he sees it, he's gonna really like it. And you guys might not have even been together. You guys might have be separated for a while, like years, but I can tell you that whatever they're doing, if they see a new place, I keep getting that apartment. Like, I feel like this person has changed something in their living situation for you. I feel like also, like, they think a lot about you and about what you would like, about things that you would like, but they're not like communicating it to you. They're not being as emotionally honest with you. Like, it's almost like I feel like it's easier for them to focus on the material things, or focus on work, or focus on getting those like worldly things in order than it is for them to like open up emotionally and tell you their thoughts. So instead of doing that, they just kind of focus on like, okay, I got this new shower curtain, I know she's gonna like it, or I just got promoted at my job. When she sees that on Instagram, she's gonna be really excited, I'm gonna post it on Instagram so she notices, or something like that. Like, it, again, you might not even be in contact with this person, and again, switch the pronouns, switch the genders around. It's totally fine if you're a man asking about a woman, or another man or a woman asking about another woman, whatever the situation may be, feel free. But it's just, you know, so this person is thinking a lot about you, about the things you like, and I feel like they think if they get everything aligned that way, that's what will connect you guys, which is a little short-sighted, because again, I feel like they're very much neglecting the emotional part of it. I feel like you have been emotionally kind of needing them. I almost feel like you guys have been going through a hard time and going through some difficulty emotionally, and that this person, I'm hearing that you really could have needed them. You really could have used their support. Like, that would have meant the world to you if they had come to you, and if they had been around you at the time. it would have been like everything to you. And instead it's like this person's being a little crazy, like a little almost delusional, or they're just not paying attention to reality. It's like, hello. It's like when I went over, I keep seeing that image of me walking into my ex-boyfriend's apartment, and he's giving me like a tour of like all the renovations and all this, because we were kind of off and on. I had it come over in like, I don't know, like a month and a half tops. So it had been a minute, but not that long. And I'm like, okay, but I don't care about the new shower rod, or I don't care about the new towels. Like, we need to have this discussion. Like, why are you focusing on, the wallpaper you switched up? Like, this is a serious discussion that needs to take place. And I feel like that's what's going on here. Like, this person finds it easier to focus on changing certain things that have to do with like material reality. So like career, apartment, like friend, or posting like stuff on Instagram that looks cool, rather than sitting down with you and having those deep emotional discussions. But I do think their idea of you is long term. Like with that ex, they were very bad at discussing their emotions, and that's what kind of broke us up. Like they could not sit down and be vulnerable about, I'm feeling this kind of way. And so it's like, I feel like that's the vibe here. This person is really probably has a hard time talking about their emotions in general, but certainly with you. I actually think it's because they put a lot of effort in you. They have a lot of long-term plans with you, and it's almost like have you ever had a friend or heard someone talk about like their plans, and you're like, dude, that's crazy. Like maybe they really have a big crush on like a certain celebrity or something, and they're like, so when I marry Justin Bieber, we're gonna go off. So I don't know, maybe we should move into Bel Air. He's living in the Valley right now, and I think we should move to Bel Air. Yeah, I feel like when Justin, meets me, he's gonna really like the fact that I do my hair XYZ way. But I know his favorite soda is this, so I'm definitely gonna pick it up when I go visit him or whatever. Like, it's kind of like that, which I think everyone does that to an extent. Like, you think about the people you like, and would we get along, and that's totally fine. But it's like, you're that in their mind where they're just like filling in this blank, filling in the story for you. Like, I feel like in their mind, they have this whole script written out of like when you guys get back together, or what they're gonna do, or how you guys are going to reunite, and what you're gonna think. And a big part of that narrative is also like you being blown away by them. Like, I feel like, again, they put in a lot of work to career, finances, material reality, like a house or like an apartment, because they keep thinking that you're gonna see all that and be like, okay, oh my god. They really want to impress you, and so it's like this big thing to them of like trying to get their ducks in a row, so that when you guys do reunite, you'll be like so blown away, and you'll definitely want to end up with them. Let me get some more cards for pile 2. Can you talk about, does pile 2's person have any regrets towards them? Does pile 2's person? So we got peaks of joy, which again doesn't surprise me, because I don't feel like this person is feeling sad or glum about the situation. I think they are a little delusional, thinking that you guys are still together, or that you guys are gonna end up together. And it's like, no, like, you need to, well, maybe, but you need to communicate, right? You need to be actually like working towards this, and being honest about your feelings. I think sometimes, especially for like earth people or air people, it can be a lot harder for them to effectively communicate their feelings. A lot of times they kind of have issues with like tapping into that side, and it's easier to focus on more of the concrete stuff that like earth rules, or the stuff that air rules, which is more mental. I feel like that person feels much more safe in that realm of like figuring out a situation and tinkering with like, strategy or something, rather than being emotionally honest and emotionally raw and really getting emotionally vulnerable. But I feel like that's what you need, and this person just isn't getting it. Like, they don't understand what's going on. It's almost like that image of like that guy who's, you know, like really high up in his company, and he makes a lot of money, and he has a beautiful house for his wife or whatever, and she is just so emotionally unfulfilled, and she ends up like cheating with the pool boy or something because he's never there for her to talk to, and she just feels like completely alone. And it's kind of like that, like this person's so focused on the financial aspect, or like just preparing things and lining things up, that it's like, did you even think to ask if it's gonna happen? I feel like that's why you got talisman. Like, this person might even be imagining like getting you jewelry or buying you clothes or something like that. Like that, I feel like they spend a lot of time planning things for you, and I feel like they think if you guys aren't together, they think that you guys are going to end up together in their mind. We got coming to life, unexpected visitors. It's almost like they expect you to pop up like randomly. Like, I feel like in their mind, you're almost like a constant presence, even if you're not around. Like, they view you as being there. They kind of view you as, you know, like this person that is just constantly around them, like in their, like you're almost like their imaginary friend or something, where they feel like they have this relationship with you that, you know, I feel like is not necessarily existing in reality. We got wisdom, and that was reversed, so it's like I feel like they keep. And we also got, see, this card to me a lot of times symbolizes apology. And I feel like this person, so it's reversed as well. And they are not apologizing because, again, they don't think they did anything wrong. They actually are telling me via their higher self that they think like they're doing everything right. In their mind, they're got everything exactly right how it's supposed to be. And we got material and spiritual prosperity. So again, that's what this person keeps working on, but it was actually reversed as well. I feel like this person is focusing on it way too much. They are focused on that when they need to be like actually dealing with the emotional stuff, calling you, texting you, like communicating, like let's go deep into this. Let's not just, you know, I feel like it's like at the end of the day, a new car or a house or anything isn't going to fix the issues. And I don't even know how to describe it, because I feel like for some of you, it might not be that this person's like buying all this expensive stuff, but they keep focusing on like the logistical issues. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of them really, I keep getting this apartment thing or house. Like, I feel like if they switch something in their apartment, or they have to move apartments, or they have to move homes, they think in their mind, like, would they like it? Oh, they could go here. Like, they almost play out these scenes in their mind of like you guys being, you know, at the kitchen counter, like chatting and pouring a glass of wine together, and you guys stepping out onto the balcony or whatever they have going on, you know, and you guys looking out over the view together. Like, when they're, it's almost like when they're touring these places with the real estate agent or whoever, they're imagining you. It's almost like you're standing beside them. You know what I mean? In their mind, you're always with them. So no, they don't have any regrets. They think that you guys like are together, and some of you guys might be together. I'm feeling like for some of you, this is the pile that I get where like the people in the happy relationships are watching these videos, and maybe you just clicked on this because you were like, sure, you know, let's just check in. And this person, I mean, if so, like, you don't have to take in the negative stuff of they're not stepping up, because hopefully they are being emotionally communicative, but take what resonates and leave the rest. But this person, like, as far as they are, they really think you're in a relationship. So maybe for some of you, they are. But I also feel like you guys have a mental connection. Like, I feel like you can kind of feel this. We also got crown chakra. So I feel like you can feel them communicating with you, and you can feel. We also got intuition. We also got the King of Cups reversed, but I feel like you can feel their energy a little bit too. Like, it's not just one-sided. It's not just on their end that they're imagining these things. This is maybe why this person feels this way. I actually feel like you guys are pretty psychic, and you guys are more psychically powerful. And so this is one of the reasons why this person still thinks you guys are together, is because you keep thinking of them or doing pick a card readings about them and stuff. And so it's like they can feel your energy tapping into theirs, even if they wouldn't have the words to put that. You know, they probably maybe don't watch tarot videos or know about twin flames or soulmates or whatever, but it's like they can feel your energy. Even the most unintuitive person can feel that, you know what I mean? So on a deep level, they're picking up on this deep connection that you guys have. And I feel like again, it's both ways. It's both sides are connected and plugged in and you guys have energetic cords threading very strongly through both of you. I think with you, you're more of the psychic person. So it's almost like they think of you, but they're not as psychically powerful. Like they couldn't, I always say it's like having a direct line. Like when people have like a super strong psychic connection, it's kind of like, you know, when you call like an office or something and it says like dial extension number 542 or something, but you know when you call the first time and they're like, hi, welcome to Williams Communications, this company, blah, blah, blah. And they give you this whole spiel and it's like, and press 1 for Espanol. And then it's like, and if you have, if your issue is dealing with transportation, press 2. If your issue is dealing with, I don't know, like, you know, a fax, press 3. If you would like to speak to someone regarding your last bill, press 4. And you have to like wait through that and you're like, oh my God. And then it's like the difference between that and having that direct extension where you can dial the phone number plus the 540 extension or whatever it is and get it through instantly. And you don't have to wait, you don't have to press buttons, you don't have to like talk to a receptionist and have them plug you in. You just instantly can go to it. And sorry that it got so dark. Sorry for that, guys. I turned on my light so you guys can see a little better. It is so dark outside. It's actually crazy. It is raining here. It's rainy season, I guess. So anyway, but the point is that this person, like, it's like you guys have this deep connection threading between you. And I think that they've never experienced that. I think in general, they're not a super kind of psychic, or they're not into that kind of like this world. They're not into like the tarot videos. They're not into like the crystals and the whatnot. You know what I mean? They're not a super like awake person, but you are. And so because you have more of those psychic strength abilities, you're able to like really tap in really strongly. And even though you guys both like the connection goes both ways, it's super strong to this person and it's like nothing they've ever experienced. And so they pick up on that, and it just feeds more of this idea they have of like, we're definitely going to end up together, we are going to be together, and I just need to sit and wait, and I'm just going to get everything lined up. But I feel like they need to actually be emotionally honest with you and have those emotional conversations, and just having the psychic connection is not enough, in my opinion. Like, it needs to be, you know, those talks about like, okay, so what are we doing? I feel like this person, it's like putting the horse before the cart. It's like they built this beautiful home, or they built this big situation for you, but they haven't actually told you like that you're supposed to be moving in, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the hard part that I think is more difficult for them. So let me get some astro dice and see what the astro dice say about this person's regrets. So we got Jupiter, and we got Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, and we got the first house. So Jupiter is really rules multiple things, but one of those things it has to do with is wealth, and we also got Sag, which is ruled by Jupiter. So yeah, this person, again, they're focusing a lot on wealth and money, and you know, just like bettering themselves. Sag is also like about education and learning, and I feel like this person has really tried to make themselves a better person for you, but it's like, again, I wish they would work on more of the emotional side. Then we got first house, which is ruled or associated with Aries, and I feel like, yeah, this person, you know, Aries is ruled by Mars, and it's really like the go-getter sign, and I love that this person is a go-getter, but I would love to see them get more in touch with their emotions, get more in touch with kind of their softer side, and not be so, you know, not be so like focusing on all the other stuff, like the money, like the job, like the apartment, but forgetting the emotional part of the relationship, the communication that needs to happen, and the, you know, the heart to heart, like vulnerability. I don't think this person likes being vulnerable, so I kind of feel like this is an excuse they use of like, well, I'm just going to focus on my job, focus on my apartment, and that's easier to handle than kind of bearing my soul a little bit and making myself vulnerable. But I do think that would need to happen for you guys to come together. There's gonna need to be that moment where they kind of let their walls down and let you in fully. So until that happens, I think it's going to be hard to actually, but they have everything lined up. I mean, I feel like they have the house, they have, you know, they have so much going on that would be nice. I mean, like, I kind of want to move into this apartment. It seems nice. I feel like they have a nice setup. They've been like trying to, you know, appease you and like get things that you'll like. So, I'm sure it's a messy, and we got make the effort, and that's what this person has been doing, but in the wrong direction. Like, okay, yes, make the effort, but make the effort emotionally, not just like hard work of getting material things or getting like the odds and ends squared away. It's like we need to have these deep emotional talks. But yeah, they feel very connected to you, even if you guys aren't together, they feel very connected to you. They feel very deeply enmeshed with you. And I think it's because you guys do have that emotional connection and mental connection. So even though you guys might not be together, it's like in their mind, you're right there with them, and you've already seen the new apartment, and you already have seen that. And I just feel like, again, it's that kind of connection where every time they open a bottle of wine, they're thinking of you, and they're like, oh, they'd really like this. Or every time they buy a new shirt, they're like, well, I think, you know, they mentioned once that they like the color green, so they'd probably like this. Or, you know, every time they do their hair, they're like, wow, I remember they said that I had nice hair, and this really shows it off, or something like that. You know what I mean? You're just this constant presence in their life. So I feel like they have every intention of coming back to you. I just feel like, again, they're kind of insecure, and they're kind of overcompensating for a lot, and so it's like they want to make everything perfect for you so that when you come back, you'll be like, wow, oh my god. And so just make sure that, you know, I feel like they need to be the ones to be willing to be a little more vulnerable with you, because I mean, a house and everything is nice, but I also feel like on your end, you want the emotional stuff. You want them to be vulnerable. You want to be able to have these you know, real heart-to-heart connections with them. And I think they want that too deep down, but there's a little kind of fear, or it's almost like procrastinating. Like, oh, it's easier to deal with the financial aspect than the emotional. So I hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it did resonate, and make sure to like and subscribe. I post these videos every few days, so if you want to see more, make sure you are subbed, and let me know if it resonated and rang true for you. And also let me know if you have any reading ideas. I often source from the comments, so if you'd like to see a certain reading, please let me know. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light, so have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey, pile 3. So if you guys picked this crystal, I forget what it's called, but this is going to be your reading. The lighting changed a little because it got super dark in here. It's kind of raining outside. It's super rainy and dreary, and the light was just way too dark. So yeah, it's a little overly bright now, but that's okay. So let's get into what kind of regrets your person has. What kind of regrets does pile 3's person have? Regrets? Ooh. Can already tell this is going to be a loud one. This is already loud. I'm not surprised. Literally said it's going to be a loud, powerful one, and we got the Lovers. So, okay. I think I already know what this is going to be. Oh my god, this person's coming in so strong. Like, I might need to have a glass of like wine or a margarita after this. This person is thinking of you a lot. I mean, they are like screaming in my ear. They really have deep feelings for you. Do they regret it? Yeah, but I'm trying to hear what they're saying. I mean, I don't even know. They're saying a lot of stuff at once. They just want you to know how much they care about you. I feel like they feel like you don't know that. They want you to know that. I feel like they feel like they messed up a lot, and they want you to know that they are sorry, they do regret it, but they want to change it. They don't regret it like as if it's like a past thing, and they're kind of like, oh, that's in the past, and I messed up, but oh well. You know what I mean? They want to change it actively. They really want to, like, so I don't know if regret is the word, because they intend to take action. You know what I mean? A lot of times when you regret something, it's like, oh, well, that's in the past, and I didn't handle it right, but oh well. But this person has every intention of changing it. It's definitely not in the past as far as they're concerned. It's in the present. And if you noticed, I just changed the lighting to make it a little brighter, like overall, because I felt like that light was a little harsh, so I turned on some other lights. And by the way, as I was getting up to change the lighting, I literally heard them screaming, like, no, get back to the reading. Like, they are so intense. It's like, wow, they are really coming in strong. So, okay, so we got the Five of Cups. We also got, I should mention, the Four of Cups. We got the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers. This person thinks of you as like really beautiful and powerful. They're very upset that you guys aren't together. We got the Nine of Swords, and we got the Hermit. They feel very alone. They really imagined like a long-term future with you. They really imagined marriage, and I don't know, their energy feels panicked. Like, I feel like they feel like first of all, they want to reach out to you, but they feel like they can't. They're panicked. Like, I don't know how to describe. This is why I was like, oh, it's gonna be a doozy, because it's like, you know, if you've ever seen a video of someone who's like panicking, like, you know, maybe they witnessed a crime or something, you know what I mean? And they're just like shaking, and they're being interviewed by like the news reporter, and they're like, I don't know what happened. And then he ran out, and then he had the gun, and then it was like, and then they came out of the backside, and then I ran around to the front, but then there were other people, like, and it's like this frantic voice. That's what they sound like to me. Like, it's like I'm almost like I'm like, okay, can you calm down and like just say one thing at a time, because it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of energy coming through. They really feel, I would say, like, ooh, I mean, I don't even know if it's regret or just overwhelming. I don't want to say sadness, because it's a lot more frantic than that, but they definitely would like to be with you, if that makes sense. I think their thoughts are kind of jumbled in a way. Like, it's like they think of you so much, and I feel like they go back and forth. They frantically kind of want to reach out to you, but then there's also this regret and almost resignation of like, I screwed it all up and it's not going to work out, and that kind of energy. But then there's also the, maybe I can, maybe I have a chance. There's like this desire to communicate, this desire to initiate communication, but then not actually going through with it, and feeling very alone. And also, like, I feel like blaming other people and kind of feeling like, it, like, they take the fact that you guys aren't together very negatively. To them, it's like a really, like, I feel like they get just really negative about it, but not like depressed energy, but it's more like, what an evil place this world is that we didn't end up together. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they blame other people. There might have been someone who kept you guys apart. It could have been like friends, or another third party, or a like a romantic rival for one of you or both of you or whatever. But this person blames some other people that you guys aren't together. Like, they are very upset at someone else or something else, but I feel like a lot of it's like another person. Even if you're like, huh, like, what are you talking about? They blame someone else. In their mind, there's like, I feel like either some romantic rival, or you have a friend that didn't like this person and they blamed them, but they are blaming someone else and they're angry about someone else. They have a lot of negative emotions flowing through at once. I'm trying to talk you through them, but again, it's kind of like, trying to interview someone who is literally like at the end of their rope screaming, and like you're like, okay, but can you tell me what happened calmly? Because I get that you're upset, but I need to, I need the information one piece at a time. So yeah, this person, what's coming through is, again, this blame, this anger towards this third party. There's also just regret. It's like they wish they could talk to you. I feel like they feel like if they could talk to you and explain it, everything would be fine. They feel like you've listened to other people, or other people have gotten your head, and that you have completely like been duped by those other people, that those people don't have your best interest at heart. Those people are either lying or manipulating you to not be with them. And so they feel like if things were accurate and treated fairly, that you guys would be together, and it's this person's fault that you guys aren't, if that makes sense. And yeah, they feel very alone. They see you as like this kind of goddess energy, or like if you're a guy, God energy, but like just very powerful energy. And they really can't imagine, like they don't want to be with anyone else. They don't like anyone else compared to you. They really thought you guys were going to end up together and had imagined like long-term potential with you. And they think about you like all the time. And so yeah, it's very distressing to them that you guys aren't together. I also feel like they panic. They worry about you being with other people or moving on to, oh God, they're just really upset. Like, I'm definitely going to need a margarita after this, guys. You guys are going to have to Venmo me for the cost of, like, the big old bottle of wine I have to drink. Just kidding. After tapping into this energy, oh my God, this person, wow. They are really upset. They are definitely upset. What kind of regrets does pile 3's person have any regrets? So we got One Ring Circus reversed, we got rescue, goblins, and movement. So yeah, this person blames like someone or people around you coming apart. I just feel like emotionally and mentally this person is not doing well. I mean, they're very upset. It's almost like they don't want me to tell you that. They're like, don't say that, because they don't want, I don't know, they want you to be back with them, and they're trying to put their best foot forward, but like they're very emotional, they're very upset. It's like they want me to convince you to get back together with them, but I mean, that's not my job, like I have to be honest. So yeah, they blame a lot of the people around you. They feel like you are like with people who are lying or manipulating you, or I don't know, like it's like I'm almost, so this is their image of things. They feel like you have like either friends who are jealous of you, or friends who want to date you, or, so it could be like, again, it's a general reading, but some kind of deceptive energy of people around you where it's like they act one way, they act like they have your best interest at heart, but they secretly have other motivations. So this could be a romantic rival where it's like, you have someone around you who's like, hey, I'm your friend, but they secretly dream of dating you, or a friend around you that maybe is jealous of you. This is how they perceive it. Like, this is the vibe of the friend group or friends. Someone close to you, they feel like is giving you bad advice that has kept you guys separated. And they're very upset about this. And they feel like it's very unfair. And they kind of feel like they want to protect you from this person. And they're blaming this person of like why you guys aren't together. So I don't know. And yeah, so we got rescue. It's like they want to kind of rescue you from this situation, because I think they feel like it's really held you back, and like it's just, yeah, like they feel like it's bad all around for them, for you, whatever. They feel like you guys are like real soulmates, and so it's just the fact that you guys aren't together is like a big major loss for them, but also for you. Let me see if they have anything else to say. I feel like they're telling me that they are going to come back. They want to come back. But you need to be open, and you need to like give them the patience. You need to be open to them, and they want you to be patient with them as well. But I feel like they intend to make things right. I'm hearing that. Like they want to make things right. And they feel like, you know, they can. So let me pull some more cards, see what else, if there's anything new they have to say. Deception, exactly. So that's what they perceive is going on around you. And we also got flirt. So this might be a romantic rival. Like, I mean, again, you might be like, oh my God, that's such a lie. Like, I have a friend that like, yeah, like that is the opposite sex or something, or the same sex of the person I'm attracted to, but it's not romantic, but they don't think that's the case. They feel like the person does have intentions to date you, and it really upsets them that this person, they feel this person is being deceptive towards you and not coming clean. So we got give your relationship a chance as well. So that's what this person really wants from you. They're just like, give me a chance. I'm hearing like, put me in, coach, or like, if you just give me a chance, I can do it. Like they just feel like if you guys were together, it would be like soulmate. It would be like so amazing. It would be like the most perfect situation. And so they feel like if you could just make it happen, or just like give them that shot, then everything would work out. So we just got a bunch of cards. We got heart-to-heart conversations, retreat, playfulness, and unrequited love. I feel like they don't feel like it's unrequited love, but sometimes they get down in themselves and they kind of go into like this negative talk where they're like, they don't really care about me, but it's like, again, their mental space is kind of all over the place. Like this has really upset them. It's really taken a toll on them. And they feel like if you guys could be together and you guys could have these heart-to-heart conversations and kind of patch things up, everything would be fixed in their life. They really, really, really feel so drawn to you, feel so much love and respect towards you. So being separated from you has been exceptionally, exceptionally painful for them. So let me get some more cards. I don't mean to sound so chipper when I'm like, let me get some more cards. And this is like such a dark emotion. Sorry to them, but I mean, you know, I am trying to have a somewhat normal day and not like melt down myself after reading this energy. So I have to stay positive on my end. So let's get some more cards. So what else do you have to say to pile 3 about regret? Let's see what these say. Okay, so yeah, again, they feel like you've been lied to somehow about this. Like they feel like whatever is the reason that you guys aren't together, like in their mind, there's some kind of lie separating you. Like maybe they feel like you have friends that have lied to you to keep you guys apart, kind of a thing. You know, like you have that friend that's like, well, I heard he was flirting with Sarah at the party last week. And maybe their intentions aren't good. And maybe they weren't flirting with Sarah and literally no one said that, but they made it up. That's kind of the vibe they believe is happening. So whether that's true or not, I can't say. I'm just the messenger communicating their opinion. They're very convinced that you have someone lying to you. That's the reason you guys aren't together. Then we got love begins. There's just a lot of love between you. I mean, they have a lot of emotion, and this is like I feel like they feel like you are their soulmate. They feel like you guys have this deep connection. I hear them shouting in my mind like, we are soulmates. Don't say I feel. Like we are. Say that we are, because it's like they don't want me saying, like they want me to say, you guys are supposed to be together. You guys are destined to end up together. You should get back together with this person. Like, I don't know. And then it's been very emotionally hard on them, you know? And they perceive that this person that's keeping you guys together, it could also be like a family member or something. But yeah, they imagine that like there is some figure that is keeping you guys back. But I also feel like they feel a deep emotional connection to you. And they're very sexually attracted to you as well. But they feel like you guys can kind of have this like psychic bond that goes beyond whether you guys are together or not. And I feel like they reach out to you through that a lot. And you might feel their emotions. You might be like, this person is like a projector. They are very loud. psychically. So they've been loud this whole reading. So you might be like laying in bed, minding your business, and suddenly you're like, whoa, thoughts of this person overwhelm you. That's definitely this person's energy. They are very powerful. They might have a fire sign type thing, because a lot of times fire signs, they have that like emotional water sign energy, the emotions of a water sign, but coupled with like the fire sign, like, ah, and I'm like, it's like, wow, this is a lot. It might be a fire water combo. Let me get some astro dice and see what the astro dice have to say about this regret from pile 3's person. So we got 12th house, Scorpio, and Neptune. So, okay, these are all water signs. So I said it might be a water fire combo. It might just be a water sign. Some of these water signs can be really powerful projectors, especially if they have fire in their chart. But sometimes just alone, a water sign can be like full of emotion. So Neptune is ruled by, or Neptune rules Pisces, Scorpio. Everyone knows Scorpio, and 12th house is associated with Pisces and Neptune. So basically, we have the Neptune 12th house together. So that's all about, first of all, endings. It can also be about delusion. It can also be about psychic ability and that kind of spiritual aspect of our minds, you know? And again, I feel like you guys have a connection in that realm, in the spiritual realm, but there's also, I think, just, it can also be like a little bit of mental illness. And I kind of feel like in this case, I'm not saying this person's mentally ill, but their feelings for you are so strong that it's causing them a lot of mental anguish and turmoil. And they're trying to tell me, like, to clarify to you that they're not crazy, you know. No offense using that word, but I just feel like that's what they want me to tell you. They're not crazy, but it's just that it's like you make them feel this way. You make them feel so deeply that it's like they've lost their mind when it comes to you. It's just overwhelming for them. And then we have Scorpio. Scorpio is rules over a lot of things, rules over sex. It's very possessive also, and I definitely think this person's possessive of you. It's like, I'm hearing like, you're not going to get with anyone but me, you know? And so it's like they really, it's like Scorpio is such like an all or nothing sign. Like either they want nothing to do with you or they're like obsessed. Like once in a while they'll fall in love with someone, and then it's like they're obsessed and they don't want anyone else, like you looking at anyone else. And that's kind of like the energy I get here. Like I feel like this person isn't used to feeling so strongly, and then they met you and it's like they're addicted. This is like an addiction type energy, which is also related to 12th house and Pisces and Neptune. So yeah, this definitely feels like an addictive energy. Like this person has a bit of an unhealthy fixation on you. Their emotions are just coming through so strongly. I'm trying to ask them if they want me to say anything else. They just want me to tell you that they love you and they're coming for you. So take that as it resonates. You know, I don't know what to say about it. They love you and they're coming for you. It sounds kind of intimidating, the I'm coming for you, but I think they just, their heart is like set on you. So this is a lot of deep emotion. So I don't know. It's as far as regret, yes, there's a lot of regret, but it's also like they don't think it's over. I'm hearing, you know, that line from The Notebook, or that scene from The Notebook where he's like, she's like, well, it's over now because you didn't get my letters, or whatever the heck, I don't know. She didn't get the letters or whatever, and she says like, well, it's over now or whatever, and he's like, it wasn't over, it still isn't over, and he like grabs her in that kiss. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. So I feel like that's what this person, that's the vibe here. This person fully intends to come to you. I think, yeah, they really intend to come to you really quick. I just think they're in a lot of mental turmoil because of you, but they don't blame you, they blame this other person. So I really hope that resonated, you guys. Please let me know if it did. That was a doozy of a reading. Like I said, I might have to pour myself a little bit of vodka or something. Maybe not, but maybe just a little something to have to drink to chill out after that, because woo, this person has a lot of emotions for you. I'm sure you guys feel it all the time, and probably have to have yourself a little, you know, maybe a little sip of vodka once in a while too after dealing with this, because it's a lot. This person cares a lot about you. So I really hope that resonated, you guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe if it did. I post these videos every few days, so if you'd like to see more, make sure you're subbed. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourself, sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, so if you guys picked pile 4, this is your reading. I forget what stone this is. I think it might be Tiger's Eye, but I can't remember. But anyway, let's get into your reading. I also changed the lighting. It got super dark. It is like rainy season around here. It's constantly been raining, which I love, but I like to use natural light for these readings, and it's way too dark. So hopefully it's not too harsh. But let's get into what your person's regrets are and how they feel. This pile 4's person, how do they feel regret-wise? Do they have regrets? Do they have regrets? Do they have regrets? Okay, so far we have the 9 of Wands, we have the 3 of Cups, and we have the 7 of Wands, the Sun, and the World. We also got the 8 of Pentacles reversed, the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. So we got the Knight of Wands. I feel like this person, they do have regrets, but they blame you for a lot of this. And they're kind of upset. Like, I feel like they felt like they didn't do anything wrong. And so they don't think that they should be blamed. Like, they feel like you misinterpreted things. That's what they're telling me. Like, they feel like you like twisted it. I'm hearing don't get it twisted, but they feel like you twisted it. And they really like you, and they really respect you, but they feel like it's like they're blaming you. I'm almost hearing like you tapped out, or you left early, or you didn't give me a chance, or you checked out or something. So it's like they feel like it was your fault that things didn't happen. Judgment. Yeah. So they feel like you were judgmental. That's what they're telling me, is you were too judgmental. And I'm hearing like if you just gave me a chance, things would have been different. So do they blame themselves, or do they have regrets? Yes, but I feel like they have regrets, but it's also like they think it's your fault and you could have handled it differently. And there's kind of this feeling of unfairness on their side of like, see, like they do feel like it's unfair. They feel like you didn't, I feel like they feel like you weren't as loyal or something. Like you should have, you know, I'm seeing like, I'm hearing like ride or die. Like they wanted you to be their ride or die. And it's like, they feel like you weren't. Like, you know, like it's like stand by me, the phrase stand by me. They wanted you to stand by them no matter what happened. And they feel like you didn't. They felt like you kind of, at the first problem, were like, I'm out. So I don't know, like this is a general reading. It could have been a relationship. It could have been a situationship. It could have just been you guys texting or whatnot. You know what I mean? Or just having crushes on each other. But either way, I feel like they feel like whatever reason you guys aren't together, like they're accepting some of the blame, but they're saying that it was also on you, and that you're not, if you blame them completely, like you're not being honest. Like they're kind of like, it's kind of like, have you ever gone to someone and asked them like, hey, did you do this? And the person's like, I mean, I kind of did it, but like, but this other person like told me to, and you're like, really? Like, it's like they're like, wait, you're not telling the whole story. Like, why? What? They're asking me like, why are you even asking me if I feel guilty? Because I didn't do anything that wrong. That's how they feel. Like, it's like, huh? I didn't commit some big crime. Like, so do they feel guilty or regret? Yeah, but not like they deeply did something horrible and they need to atone for it. They feel like, they're also telling me it's not that deep. Like, it's like they feel like you made it a bigger deal, or that whatever happened between you guys wasn't like they screwed you over, wasn't like they completely hurt you, or anything like that. So they feel like they really didn't do that much, and they really liked you, and they don't feel like they treated you badly. They feel like they treated you okay. So we got sad embrace, strength, stuck in the mud. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of energy of just things like stagnating a little. Maybe you guys didn't have some kind of a fallout, but maybe things just kind of, like didn't work out how they were supposed to. But I feel like this person, they don't have animosity towards you, and they don't want you to have animosity towards them. I'm hearing like that's not fair, because they feel like they didn't do anything to deserve that, and they're kind of like, huh? Like, it's like, have you ever had beef with someone but you didn't know it? Like, that's what they feel about me asking them, do you regret it? Like, they're like, why would I regret it? Have you ever had that happen where, you know, someone comes to you and they're like, so do you hate like Kelsey? And you're like, what do you mean do I hate Kelsey? And they're like, would you hate her? And it's like, I no. And it's like, well, Kelsey thinks you do. Kelsey told everyone. And you're like, what? I never hated this person. Like, I feel like that's how they're communicating it to me, is like, I didn't do anything that bad. I didn't screw this person over. That's how they feel in their mind. Is that whatever happened between you guys, they don't feel like they did anything worthy of you like resenting them or whatever. They feel like they made mistakes, and they didn't handle everything perfectly, but it wasn't like some big deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't like some huge issue of them really being deceptive or lying or screwing you over. They're telling me like it's not like that. It was not like that at all. So yeah, I feel like they feel like, if anything, they maybe were a little bit selfish, a little bit focused on themselves, and they do regret that, and they're working in general on that. Like, they feel like they do need to work on themselves, being a better partner in general, or being less focused on themselves and more focused on other people. And they also feel like they were a little clueless sometimes, like maybe with knowing how to move things forward in the relationship. Like, maybe they didn't know how to turn things from you guys being friendly or you guys texting into something more, you know, into like a full-on like, let's go on a date. Or maybe they didn't know how to turn we're dating into like we're in a relationship. And maybe there was also this element of you thinking that they were off with other people, or that you were just one on a long list of like a bunch of names, you know, like they were dating all over. But they're telling me it wasn't like that, that they actually really liked you. And yeah, they bungled it, but they didn't ever do anything bad to you. Like, they didn't try to hurt you, they didn't do anything mean, but they were just, they weren't as smart as they could have been about it. But they're telling me that it wasn't like bad intentions. You know what I mean? They weren't trying to be cruel to you. They weren't trying to hurt you. They just kind of didn't handle things correct. And they do regret that, but they also want to be clear. Like, you know, it's kind of like someone's being like brought in for like questioning on a murder, and the person's like, yeah, I shoplifted. Yeah, I did shoplift, but I didn't murder anyone. You know what I mean? So they're telling me like, yeah, I didn't handle things correctly. I could have been a lot better with how I approached everything. But I didn't really do anything that bad, and they're telling me they never had bad intentions for you. They actually really like you, not just romantically. Like, they like you as a person. They enjoy your company. They feel like you're a lot of fun to be around, and like they just really like you. They have like, I feel like they think you're kind of fun, funny, like enjoyable. So they don't have bad intentions towards you. They weren't ever trying to hurt you. They're not angry at you or anything like that. It's just an issue of it's just an issue of they made some small mistakes is what they're telling me, but they weren't going out of their way to like screw you over. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a situation in their mind where they did something really awful, like, I don't know. Like, I would say cheating is really awful. Sometimes people are delusional and they're like, oh, cheating's not that bad. It's just a small issue. So I don't know if this person's being fully honest, but this is their perspective. This is what they're telling me. Sometimes people lie to themselves, and maybe they did cheat, but they're lying and saying like, huh, what's the big deal? But, but they actually did mess up by most people's standards. But for a lot of you, maybe this person really didn't do anything that bad. So we got material and spiritual prosperity, authority. Does pile 4 have any regrets? Does pile 4 have any regrets? Obstacles and challenges reversed. Partnerships and alliances. And heart chakra reversed. I feel like if anything, this person has been a little bit selfish. We got balance, and I feel like this person, like, I don't know, they're a little self-centered. I feel like their energy, they're a little bit, I feel like in a way they're saying like to me that they didn't do anything that bad, but I feel like they didn't think about your emotions enough, and maybe they were right that they didn't do anything horrible, like they didn't kill someone, or they didn't necessarily cheat, or they didn't necessarily like do XYZ, but it still doesn't mean they were a good partner or that they did what they were supposed to do. Or maybe you guys had just a situationship or a flirtation, but it's like, yeah, they didn't screw you over. They didn't like throw you off a bridge or punch you or cheat on you. But, maybe they knew deep down that you liked them and they were supposed to step forward. And that would have been a really good positive thing for the, universe and for your spiritual connection. And they refused to do that. That's still not good behavior. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be the worst case scenario for it to still be bad. And I feel like this person, they don't like to acknowledge their flaws. They seem a little bit like they want to brush over everything. I feel like they do that in general in life. And so it's like they're kind of focused on themselves a little bit. And I think they really liked you. They really enjoyed your presence. They really enjoyed your company. But I almost get the vibe that if you guys were together, you'd have to like take second seat to them. Like, it's kind of like they're just in their own lane, focused on themselves. And I don't know. For me, when I'm in a relationship, I really like it when the person prioritizes me and kind of, thinks a lot about me and about like, oh, would they like this? Would they like that? I'm not saying I have to have someone be obsessively thinking of me. Obviously, that might be a little too much. But I want someone considering where I want to eat and not just being like, oh, I like sushi, so we're always going to a sushi restaurant or something. You know what I mean? And I feel like this person is a little bit self-centered. And that's probably why, like, it's almost like I could imagine that they maybe thought you were supposed to step forward, you were supposed to make things happen. Like, there's a little bit of a lazy energy here where I feel like they kind of put things on you or expect you to make everything perfect. And it's like, well, what about you stepping up? Well, what about you doing the work? Well, what's your part to play? And right now they're just kind of denying it, like, well, I didn't do anything. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like, come on, there must have been something, because if you're watching this reading and you guys aren't together, they must have done something, right? So yeah, I feel like this person is very wrapped up on focused on themselves. And so they really liked you. Like, again, I keep saying it, but that's coming in. Like, I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. They just enjoyed your presence. They kind of get a kick out of you. I feel like they think you're funny. You might be like a funny person. You might be someone who like tells a joke a lot or always is like a good conversationalist. I feel like you are just like a fun person to be around. and you're like emotionally supportive and stuff. And they really liked that about you. They felt like they could kind of like open up to you, and they really enjoyed you. But I also feel like, again, this person is a little bit self-centered and doesn't necessarily give back what they received from you. Like, I feel like you were great with the banter and the conversation, and you'd keep things flowing, but I don't know that they were reciprocating so much and really giving you back 100% of like, you know, the same level of jokes, the same level of quips, the same level of flirting. Like, I feel like they just kind of receive a lot more. They might not be the like quickest with the jokes and stuff, or they might be, some of them, but I feel like, again, they're very focused on like succeeding financially. They're very focused on advancing their own life and achieving a certain level of wealth. And it's kind of like right now they're a little bit in a selfish, self-focused energy, not so much a partnership energy. Let me get some more astro dice to see what the astro dice have to say. So we got the third house, Taurus, and okay, so I looked it up because I was blanking. So this is Pluto. Pluto is related to Scorpio. So we got third house related to Gemini, Taurus, which relates to Venus, and then Pluto, which relates to Scorpio, or the eighth house. So third house is all about communication. It's all about, you know, actually reaching out to someone and speaking to them. And I feel like, again, it's also like related to Gemini, which is a very witty sign. Since it's ruled by Mercury, it's very like funny and good in conversation and quick-witted and just kind of like quick speaking and that kind of a thing. And I feel like that is a lot of energy I'm coming from you. I feel like you're like, at least how they see you, is like a very bubbly, kind of entertaining person that like can kind of make them laugh and relax around you. Like, it's like, I feel like when they think of you, they're kind of like, like it's like just really happy, pleasant memories. Like, they really liked you as a person. Again, I keep saying they liked you, but it's like, because I mean that sometimes when you're in love with someone, it's like you don't necessarily like their personality, you know what I mean? You're in love with them, but you're not like, oh my god, they're like the best, they're so funny, you know what I mean? And sometimes you do feel that way, but I just feel like this person really likes you as a person. They genuinely enjoy your presence and your company. They think you're really funny and entertaining. Then we have Taurus, which is related to the second house, which is the house of material wealth and accumulating like luxury items. And again, I feel like this person, they're a little selfish, a little too focused on that, and it might, you know, I feel like that holds them back from this relationship thing. It's almost like, how could they focus on the relationship when they're so in that mode of like, I want to get my bag, and they're thinking more about themselves. Sometimes people want to get the bag for their partner or to provide for a family or something. But I feel like this person, they want to get money for themselves. They want to get their financial situation squared up for themselves. And then we have Pluto, which relates to sex, and Scorpio and the eighth house. So Pluto rules over a lot of things, kind of like detective work, uncovering secrets, and also sex. So I do think this person was probably very sexually attracted to you. But yeah, and it's also uncovering secrets. So I feel like they feel like you're not being honest about this situation. Like, if you're blaming them, what they're telling me is like, it wasn't me. I'm hearing like that thing from Shaggy, like it's like that song from Shaggy, It Wasn't Me, where they feel like it wasn't all their fault. They feel like it was your fault as well. And maybe like they did something small and you were like, I'm over it, or you just stopped responding, or the relationship didn't work out. But they kind of feel like you blame them, and they are pushing back on that and saying that they didn't do anything that bad and that they don't deserve that. So let me get some more. So pile 4, what does their person have regrets? Give your relationship a chance. Wedding. Flirt. Deception. Unrequited love. It is safe for you to love. So what I'm hearing from them, what they're telling me is they feel like I keep getting this example of someone being really skittish. Like, I feel like maybe something's in their mind, again, this is their opinion, and I'm just the messenger, but they feel like something small might have happened, and you kind of blew up over it, or like there was some small miscommunication or communication fell off. Like you guys were texting and you suddenly didn't, or you guys had like a flirtation but it never turned into anything. But anyway, the point is that they feel like you're making almost like a mountain out of a molehill kind of a thing. Like it's like if you just be cool about it, then things could resume and things would be fine. But they kind of don't know why you're mad at them, kind of a thing. Like they feel like, I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt this person. I didn't screw them over. And so they don't know why you'd be upset with them. And I feel like they're the kind of person that really doesn't like the feeling of someone being upset with them. It really bothers them. They much prefer people when they're happy with them. Like they're a little egotistical in that sense, I feel. They're not necessarily comfortable when someone's like, listen, you really messed up. Like they're not willing to take that. Though I feel like they'll generally push back, like not just in your case, but in general, they'll be like, no, I didn't. And they're not necessarily one to hear that and be like, you know what? I definitely did. And I'm sorry. That's just not really in their character. I feel like in general, they kind of don't like when their feet are held to the fire, or they don't like when someone's unhappy with them. And it's almost like they check out. Like it's like someone gets unhappy and they're like, oh, time to go. Whereas I think the more mature response is, if you know you made someone unhappy, you know, of course, sometimes that happens when it's totally unreasonable, and it's up to us to use our brains and our discernment to say like, do I really deserve this person being mad at me? And sometimes the answer is no, and you should just ignore it and keep on keeping on and keep on your path. But sometimes we have to take accountability and be like, you know what, I messed it up in this way, and maybe I should have brought it up like this or whatever, you know what I mean? And I feel like this person may not be the best at taking accountability. They're very focused on themselves. They're very cheerful, I feel, but it's like, sometimes they need to like check in and be a little more honest. And I feel like, they still would be down to like have something going with you. If you were to forgive them, I don't think they would be mad at you. I feel like they would be like happy, but they kind of like things to be their way. Like you have to fall in line and just kind of go along their way. I feel like you would have to reach out to them for this relationship to move forward, because again, they kind of feel like they didn't do anything bad. They don't have to do any work. And so they're kind of putting it on you. So this is what they're telling me. Of course, you have to take what resonates and leave the rest, and also use your discernment, because a lot of times with these psychic readings, we get like it's like you get one side of the story. It's like if you brought two people in for marriage counseling, one person would be saying like, this person's the problem, and the other person would be saying that person's the problem, you know, and you don't necessarily believe one or the other, or fully, you know, you're like, oh, okay, well, that's probably true, and maybe that's true, but it's like people always share the side of themselves that makes them look or feel good. So again, I am not endorsing this person's opinions. For me personally, this wouldn't be the type of energy that I love in relationships. I like someone to put a little more emphasis on my feelings and really, I'm a Pisces. I have a lot of emotions, so you need to respect my feelings. I can't with the kind of like, oh, you're overreacting. Anyway, let's move on energy. But I feel like that's what this person is saying, is that you overreacted. They didn't really do anything bad. They really do like you. They'd still be willing to get back together with you. And I'm hearing like it's kind of like up to you. Like they feel like you're the one who kind of clicked things off, or you're the reason why things aren't romantically moved forward. And so it's like, if you would want to change, they'd be totally down, but they're not wanting to step forward and make the change themselves. So it's a very interesting energy. But you know, I just feel like this person, let me ask them if they have anything else to say. I'm hearing them say, call me. They're like, call me if you want to hang out. Like I'm still down. But again, I don't know. This person's a little self-centered, I think. Like it's like, I'm also hearing like Netflix and chill. So I feel like, I don't know if they're even in that relationship stage in their life, or I don't know. I just feel like they don't think anything's that wrong. They don't feel like they did anything wrong, and they feel like you guys should probably be together, but it's like in a very kind of like light and airy way, which is fine, but it's also like, you know, you need to get into those deep waters in the relationship, or those deep emotions. And I think this person's not really into the deep emotions in general in their life. They're more in the shallow end of the pool, kind of, you know, keeping things light and positive. But it's like sometimes in those relationships, soulmate relationships especially, you want to get to the deep end. But they see you as very fun, enjoyable. They see you guys as very compatible. They really like you, again, as a person. I keep saying it, but it's just that's what's coming across. They really do like you. They really enjoy you, and they would be down, is what I'm hearing. I'd be down, but it's like, I don't know if they're willing to put in the work. You know what I mean? It's kind of like they'd be down if you're willing to put in the work, but are they willing to do it? I would say no, and I think that's not about you. It's about everything in their life. They kind of approach that way. So yeah, it's an interesting energy, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about this pile. It's very, like I said, it's very interesting. So please let me know if that resonated, you guys, if it did apply to you. And yeah, make sure you are subscribed. I post these videos every few days, so if you want to see more, make sure you're subbed, and like if you enjoyed the video. And I will be back very soon. If you have any ideas for readings, please drop them in the comments, because I like to source from there and help you guys in whatever way I can. And if not, I will just keep on thinking of these ideas and bring whatever comes to mind. But sending you guys so much love, so much energy, and I will see you in the next reading. Have an amazing day. Bye.